Hello, and good afternoon, and welcome back to the International Women in Business May Money Talks Mastermind. I am Vihil Vigil, your women's empowerment business coach, founder and creator of the Empowerment Empire, and the host of the May Money Talks Mastermind program, which is also our biggest annual fundraiser of the year. So our goal is to raise $5,000 for our Young Woman Entrepreneur Education Foundation. So definitely take a look. I will certainly post the link in this live video on how you can easily donate $100 to $175 for our scholarship foundation. So definitely consider doing that while we get right into presenting today's program, which is going to be offered to you by me. So I'm super excited to be presenting today because we have been seeing some really phenomenal women talk to us about all sorts of insights, information, opportunities, making sure that we're forgiving ourselves for past financial decisions, how to really stand in your purpose, how to really sell your own personal services, how to talk to your family about building wealth, how to dispel the myths of only certain people can be wealthy. There was a conversation happening on Facebook yesterday that I just loved. And one of the women in one of the groups that I'm in asked, why aren't more people wealthy? And I loved it. And the reason why my response was, there's either a huge lack of education, and then once you receive that education, do you have the discipline to put those things that you have learned into play in your own life and continue to carry that out? There's also a big fear of what you don't know. There's a fear of taking a risk to be able to improve on your current personal and business financial standing. Are you willing to invest $100 to make $1,000? What is your fear threshold that keeps you from trying out new opportunities? So we're going to get to a little bit of those things today. My presentation for you today is examining the foundation of vision and mission statements, because we are here talking to you business owners and entrepreneurs. So I always like to include a piece of the business as well as life. So then we're going to talk about financial plans, growth plans, and life plans for you, for your family, and for yourself. So let me go ahead. I want to share my screen. I have a fantastic presentation for you that I hope that you enjoy. So let's get there. All right, and then let's move this and let's present. Yes, thank you. Here we go. So welcome to this Wellness Wednesdays program here from the Empowerment Empire, and amidst the program that we are hosting here, which is the May Money Talks Mastermind. This is business coaching for dynamic women entrepreneurs. When you work with me as a woman entrepreneur or as a business professional, we examine all of these foundations in your life before we really move onward to new things. We talk about, what do you currently have in place? So first off, we're going to cover these topics. We're going to talk about vision and mission statements. Then we're going to jump right into financial plans, business growth plans, and 5 to 10-year life plans. And if you want a copy of my slide deck, you are more than welcome to have it. Just send me a message and I will pop in a copy of it for you. So first off, let's talk vision statements, right? Let's talk. Your vision statement is a view of how the world should be as a result of your work. It is inspiring, memorable, and able to remain unchanged for 100 years, for example. Without revealing how, what is your company working to accomplish? What are you working to accomplish with the work that you perform? So here at the Empowerment Empire, for example, our programs help women of diversity rise up after trauma or life changes through business ownership and professional development training. Next, mission statements. And I have a whole course just on developing vision and mission statements. So if you're still confused about what the difference is between the two of them, definitely reach out to me and we can schedule you an appointment to go over those things. because it is very important that you have a distinction and a true understanding of the difference, because it drives you. It drives your business. You should have vision and mission statements for life as well as for your business, is what I truly, truly believe. So mission statement is how you will accomplish your vision for your company, for yourself, and even for your family. Now, this is very pertinent here in this program because we're talking about building wealth. So how will you accomplish the increase of wealth for your company, for yourself, and for your family? We are going to talk foundations for that. Here's my example. The Empowerment Empire, we believe in women's empowerment and decreasing violence against women. So in order to empower women to rise, we educate, inform, and coach women by gathering in supportive spaces, by sharing experiences, and providing the necessary training. We work to lead women to business ownership and elevated professional development to increase her sense of personal power and her belief in herself. It all starts right up here in those big, beautiful brains of yours. It all starts upstairs. You have to believe you can accomplish the goal before you're going to actually accomplish it. I know some don't believe that, but I am a true case in point where you absolutely have to believe it to be able to see it. Now, financial plans. And I know I'm going quickly, so if it's too quick, you get to watch the replay. For your business, how do you plan to increase your business wealth? How do you plan to increase your business wealth? For your personal, how can your personal financial plan help your business financial plan and your family's financial plan? And then for your family, where do you see your family wealth in the next 5 to 10 years? What can you do to improve on what your family has experienced through the generations? Remember, Rockefeller didn't start off being the bazillionaire that the Rockefeller family is. It had to begin with one person. It can begin with you. This is where we have to truly believe this. Now let's step back and talk about business growth plans. Where are you at now and where do you want to go? And you know me, as the strategic planner and as the power planning guru that I like to be, I'm always asking, what is your plan? Do you have a plan? If you don't, that is okay. That's why I come in. That's my specialty, my secret sauce, my magic I like to sprinkle on you is let's create those plans. Let's create a map to get you from A to Z and hit those points that you want to hit along the way. Write it down. Write out the details of your vision. To make your vision reality, you have to start seeing it. You have to know what it is that you want. If you're just shooting arrows into the air, but you're not actually aiming for something, you will never hit anything worthwhile. With a plan, action is sure to follow. So I really want to infuse this in you when we're going through this whole program here of the May Money Talks Mastermind, is that every one of these women who have been presenting come to you with the experience of they chose a certain life. They chose a path and they made a plan and they stuck to it and they accomplished it. That's what you have to do for yourself. Remember, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know you absolutely can do it. Next. So, you know you want to increase your income. What is your current income producing activity? What are you currently doing? Now, you can't improve on your circumstance if you don't know exactly where you are at this point, right? So this is my quick little chart, and I can send this over to you if you would like in a PDF version or in an Excel file. But basically, this is putting in front of your face exactly what is bringing income into your life. So I like to do it by month. And then my core business. My core business is women's empowerment business coaching. So I work one-to-one and I work in group programs where we get real specific on you personally. Where are you at? Where do you want to go? And then how we can get you there. So that's my core business, is business and professional development coaching. So residual income. How else do I bring in income into my organization? I have now a business protections unit where I have partnered with a phenomenal organization that will forever bring me and my daughter, by the way, residual income. So for 20 years after my passing, my daughter will continue to receive the residual income that I have built up from my partnership with a business protections unit. That is the new thing that we're doing here at the Empowerment Empire. And I am so honored and so proud of our team that keeps growing. So let me know if you're interested in that, because I have been posting all about it in lots of different places on how you can join that team and participate in adding that stream of income to your grid as well. Then we have project-based income. This is where I do really awesome, fun projects for colleagues, for clients, for corporate environments and corporate entities, for the universities, educational institutions, etc. It comes to me as a project. We want to create this event. We want to create this set of documents. We want you to give this, setup of lectures in, business development. So that is a project-based income. And then event-based income, such as, our monthly International Women in Business Masterminds, such as our quarterly in-person Business Women of Diversity power luncheons and business brunches, which we'll be doing a business brunch here coming up in August. But our next one is July 15th. We are having our summer power luncheon. That event brings income into my company as well. And then right now, our final one that I'll mention here is our publications income. So as you know, I produce Magistra Magazine. Magistra Magazine is our quarterly women's empowerment business publication. And we are about to launch at that July 15th summer power luncheon in San Diego, the 2 years in the making project, the Boss Latinas Anthology. So those are the publications that we produce. All of these income producing activities add to the bottom line of the Empowerment Empire. Intentionally, it was designed this way because I wanted it to be a nice, diverse, round agency of producing products, educational opportunities, collaboration opportunities for women of diversity who are interested in improving their personal development, their professional development, and growing a business. So this is an example of what we do here at the Empowerment Empire. So think of now, how many streams of income do you have? Do you exclusively bring in income into your family for your job? Do you have another stream of income? So this morning I Googled, how many income streams do millionaires have? And there's 7. So this is common. I think about this time is maybe common knowledge. That could be presumptuous of me, but it is a well understood statement that the top 1% typically has at least 7 streams of income. So there's earned income, which we just talked about, otherwise known as your salary or your typical monthly income from your primary job. There's business income. So alongside earned income, you may receive extra income from businesses that you have set up. Interest income, this is, from your bank accounts, your investment accounts, the interest that you gain from investing your money. There's dividend income, which is different from interest income, such as you have invested in something and it's not necessarily interest that you're getting back, but you're getting dividends, residuals, every time something is sold or every time a product or a service is utilized. Rental income, perhaps, property management and ownership and rental income that you receive, capital gains, and royalties or licensing income. So it kind of touches, quite a few different areas. The majority of the population has earned income. Now, what's the difference between you having your one income and more so wealthy individuals who have 7? And that's where I really think comes in the aspect of fear. We are afraid to try to do something that we've never experienced before. And when it comes to money, it's even more so of a greater fear. That big scary monster is even bigger. So what do you do about that? You take the chance to change your life. You try. You try different things, because no matter what, you're going to learn something. So it's not that you're going to lose your $49. You're going to invest that $49 in yourself so that you can learn something. That's the difference between, I think, the majority of us, is that we're afraid to try something new. We think it's going to be too much work. I'm not going to be able to understand. I'm not going to be able to do it. How about we take away that veil of fear and we try something new? This is what I hope that you are getting out of this month-long program here at the International Women in Business May Money Talks Mastermind, is that all of these women have tried something different, have tried something new. And fortunately, it has paid off. Now, I can certainly tell you there are going to be bumps in the road, highs and lows, ups and downs. But what you have to remember is that every experience is a lesson well learned. Now, let's talk about this for yourself. Okay, let's move this here. Income stream ideas. What opportunities have you been approached with that could add an income stream to your life? Think about this. Have you thought about getting into property? Have you thought about growing a business services unit? Have you thought about offering something? Have you done Mary Kay? Have you, sold a product that was from a larger organization, and then you could build a team, and then you could continue to receive residual income as that team grows and sells more product? That is an additional income stream. That is what brokers do who oversee realtors. It is what many organizations, it's what CEOs do when they hire a huge staff. The more work that the body of the organization produces, those that created the body of work, or those that created the entity in which the body of work is being completed within, are going to receive additional income. So there's that. What opportunities have you been approached with that could add an additional income stream to your life? Have you explored it? Have you given yourself the opportunity? Next, what are you interested in that could be turned into an additional income stream for your business? For example, I've always loved to do design work. I just got my 200 plus design certificate from Canva, and now I'm a Canva master designer. So I love to do design work. It feeds my creative soul. So for a select few clients, if they have a need to do some design work, and if we don't, bring in a designer to do it for them, and I have the time and the interest to do it myself, I will, because I love it. And it does bring in additional project-based income into my company, into my business, and ultimately into my life. And then ideas. Start talking to your family, your friends, your colleagues about how they diversify their income streams to bring in extra money to their families. What is it that people you already know are doing? Have that conversation, open up that curtain to talk money. It's okay. It's not rude. It's okay to want to learn. And who better to learn from than your friends, your families, and your colleagues about what exactly is a wonderful opportunity for you to diversify your streams of income. All right. Now we're going on to our next topic here, your life plan. Imagine your life in 5 to 10 years, and what do you want to see? Take this brainstorming opportunity to write down everything that you can imagine that you want in your life, that you want to experience in your life, and that you want to have in your life within the next 5 to 10 years. Is this a house? Is this an experience? Is this a vacation? What is this? Your life plan. This is you. This is your shot. What do you want to do with it? This lovely grid is part of my power planning program. I like to share this as often as possible. So if it's something that is interesting to you, then let me know and I can send you the document. So what I like to do in my power planning classes is I ask, first and foremost, imagine your life in 10 years. What does that look like to you? In 10 years, personally, professionally, financially, ownership-wise, experience-wise, the big things. In 10 years, what do you want to have done? What do you want to have accomplished? These are things that you have completed in 10 years. And then from that 10-year column, pull out, tease out the things that you can accomplish in 5 years. Or is there an element to something in that 10-year column that needs to be accomplished before you get to that 10-year accomplishment? Tease that out. You know, maybe we're talking, you want your doctorate in 10 years. So within 5 years, you have to finish your bachelor's degree first. So that would be an example. And then in 1 year, what do you think you can accomplish? What do you want to accomplish that's on your 10-year list that you think you can get started on in this first year or in 1 year? Then the next column is, okay, out of all of these things, what can you start doing this year? Well, the answer to that question is all of them. You can start doing all of them within this year. So with that being the case, in the next 30 days, what can you start doing to move the needle closer? What can you start doing to take those small steps that will lead you to those great big accomplishments? I love this grid. I do it often. My daughter and I do it together. It's an opportunity to take a step back and look at your life. What are you doing? What do you want to do? Claim it, name it, and it shall be yours, right? Now let's talk financial plans for your life because, right, we are talking all things finance here, all things money, retirement plans. When will you retire? How much money will you need or want? Do you have accounts set up to help you reach those retirement financial goals? Yes or no? Travel plans. Like me, do you want to travel the world? So when I got plucked out of my small little town and joined the Navy, it was because I wanted to see the world and I wanted to have money for college. So I got to go to Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, Australia, New Caledonia, all over the Persian Gulf. For my first time visiting San Diego was aboard my ship, the USS Fletcher. And I was able to go to all of those places twice while I was in the military. And it opened up the world to me. At 17 years old, here I was traveling the world. And I want that experience again. Maybe not this time on the side of a ship, needle gunning the deck, or being the quartermaster doing navigational work. Maybe this time on a cruise ship. Maybe this time in luxury hotels, suites, and maybe a villa in Ibiza, maybe in the south of France. So like me, do you want to travel the world? Where do you want to go? When do you want to go there? And how long do you want to stay there? What level of service or luxury do you want to experience while traveling? You can do these things. You can have a retirement plan. You can have travel plans. You just have to make them plans. You just have to write them down. My daughter wants to go to Switzerland. I'm not sure exactly why, but I'm all for it. I have always wanted to go to Zurich because I studied art history. A lot of the Dada and Surrealists have their work and they all camped out in Zurich, Switzerland during World War II, I believe it was, and probably World War II. So we want to go to Switzerland. So I said, okay, well, let's make a plan. Currently, we live on the West Coast of the United States. So how much is it going to cost to fly from here to Switzerland? Well, let's look it up. And at today's market, it's going to cost a certain amount of money. So we have our travel plan, flights, stays, where do we want to visit? We look up the hotels in Switzerland where she wants to go, and we choose a hotel and we get an average idea of what's it going to cost to go there. We write it down. We're going to want to probably go on tours. We're going to want to probably buy some things. We're going to want to, experience the opportunity that we have created for ourselves. So how much money do we want for spending cash into buying mementos and paying for experiences? Write it down. And so we have a budget for our travel plan, and it's somewhere to start. It gives you an idea of what you're shooting for. Your bow and arrow, your arrows are aimed directly at this mark because that's what you're shooting for. So now you know how much money you need to raise, what you need to do as far as income generating activities to hit that mark. So speaking of that, let's talk about financial plans for your family. Where do you see your family wealth in the next 5 to 10 years? What can you do to improve on what your family has experienced through the generations? We're not all Rockefeller families, so we can start. We can start building that. What do you want to leave your family with in terms of financial stability? My plan is to level up my family. It's why I do all of the work that I do. It's why I have branched out and created multiple streams of income, because I am going to be the change within my family that I want to see. I want to set my daughter up for the greatest life possible, and it takes cash to do it. So let's do that for her. So, do you need help with your essential business and life plans? Have you taken the opportunity to schedule into your busy life, because we all have busy lives? I like to say I make my life busy because that's how I like to live. What do you prioritize? Do you prioritize just getting up, running out the door, working yourself to death at your job, and then coming back home and eating dinner and going to sleep and doing it all over again? Or are you willing to make the time to take the chance to change your life? You have to choose this. You have to choose to say, I'm going to make a plan to create a better life for myself and for my family and for the generations of my family that come next. So with that, during the course of the May Money Talks Mastermind, you are being presented with phenomenal women who present to you an opportunity to think a little bit differently, to learn about different ways to improve your financial standing, to forgive yourself for past financial decisions that might have not been the best, but were made during which you had the information that you had. So now you have more information. Now you have more insight and education into how to build a better financial future for yourself and for your family and for the generations that will be coming after you. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to take action, or are you not? The decision is truly left up to you. Are you willing to take the chance that something is going to improve? With that, I am Vihil Vigil, your women's empowerment business coach, creator of the International Women in Business Mastermind, host for your May Money Talks program. And I am very grateful that you all have dedicated your time and given yourself an opportunity to learn something new. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning with another amazing speaker in the May Money Talks Mastermind.